Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Ian from Off Grid with Penny Glen Cabin Life. The time is 10 minutes past 2 in the morning, so good morning to everybody. I've been having trouble uploading videos to YouTube. I think it's the bad weather. I don't know if you can hear the wind outside. I can hear it quite loud in here because it's blowing a right gale out there and raining. We've had this for about 3 or 4 days now. So before we start, my name's Ian Whittle and I make videos about living off-grid in a cabin in Scotland. I'm building a big extension on the front of my cabin, and I also make videos about suffering with bipolar, which I suffer with as well. Now if there's anybody that's interested in supporting the channel, we've just started up a new Patreon page. All money raised goes back on to buying building materials for this place. If anybody's interested in joining, when you're watching this video, underneath you'll see a description, and within that description there's a link to the Patreon page. If anybody's interested, really will help a lot, and thank you. Now, the camera that I'm using, because I've had a few people ask me what camera gear I use, so the camera I'm using is a Canon 70D, and the lens I'm using is a 10x 18mm Canon lens, so it's a wide angle lens, so I've got that on today. Now the other things I wanted to tell you is, one, it's brutally cold at the cabin tonight, and I mean brutally cold, really cold. I've got the fire on, I've put some coal in it to keep it going. I went outside a bit ago to go to the toilet and it's absolutely freezing, and I'm not kidding you, freezing. Now, what I wanted to talk about today is, why has living off-grid in a cabin become my life story? Right, I'm somebody who believes in giving back in life. I've always done that. Now, a lot of you know I became ill and everything like that, and then I used to run a big training school, and I used to train gun dogs and everything like that. I had a lot of stuff, carpet cleaning businesses and things like that, and I had a heart attack at 39. It destroyed my life. So I'm somebody who believes in giving back. So I don't know if you know this, but when I used to run my training school, we used to have a lot of ex-servicemen in the military that used to come and wanted to learn gun dog training. Well, when they came, I never charged them. So they would come every week to the classes, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. I'd do one-to-ones for nothing, because I believe in giving back. And the reason why one of the reasons why I've started YouTube about my cabin life is, in many, many years to come, I will be classed as a dinosaur. It's shite, isn't it? Because technology will move forward that advanced that people will be looking back on YouTube or whatever form it takes in future, and you'll be watching my videos and going, God, people used to live like that, I can't believe that, and they chose to do it as well. But I'm happy living like this. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life, to be honest with you. Really, really happy. And I don't see anybody from one week to the next. The only person I tend to see is either Heather or Richard, who's next plot up from me from Locknor Smithy. So they tend to come and see me, and apart from that I don't see anybody. I enjoy the isolation of living off-grid. I used to live in Barnsley and Penistone in South Yorkshire, and they were like big towns, and I was brought up in Bolton, Lancashire, and that's like the size of a city. And looking back, I can see how, because I was born into that, you become conditioned to it and you don't realise any different. And then as you get older, you kind of realise, you think to yourself, you know, I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want to live off, well, not necessarily live off grid. Some people don't want to do that. But some people want to just buy a cabin or build a cabin, get electrics in it, get all the amenities and live like that. And I'm all for that as well. So, but I've took the bigger plunge and I'm off grid. So the solar and the turbines power this place. So like now, these new lights I've got, you've got 2 options for how to power them. One, there's a power pack, and there's a power pack for each of them. And then there's a charger that charges them up. So what'll happen is, I'll be doing it that way, so that these will be on at night with the batteries running off them, or whatever I'm doing with them. And during the day, when it's sunny or it's brighter sky, I can put them on charge, and that way the solar or the turbines will be charging them up. Now, the other way of doing it is there's a adapter hole for a main socket to go into it. So if I put that in and I plug it in here now, then that will take power straight from my batteries, which I don't want, because especially this time of year, you've got to be careful with your power. So it's not as simple as just, when you live off grid, it's not the same as living with normal electricity. You've really got to limit what you're doing. It's like one of the best things I've ever done is get these bulbs, as you can see that. So they're very bright, they don't look it, they're on the dim side. I've got them on the lowest setting, and then if I'm doing any cooking or anything, then I'll just click them up to the bright setting, and they're really, really good that way. So I'm hoping the next few days to be cooking a pie as well, so I fancy doing that, so I might film doing that. But yeah, going back on the subject, I've also got a diary that I keep as well, that I document what happens on my day-to-day living here. And yeah, it's nice to know that in a way this will be here forever, and people many years to come, when I'm long gone, they'll be able to tune back into the cabin and they'll be able to relive my life in a way, and that way this cabin will live on forever. And it's a nice legacy, really is. And I'm wanting to do a lot of building work, as you know. When that extension is done out there, I'm going to move my stuff in here into there, and then I'm going to lift the floorboards in here, a new layer of floorboards, and then this is going to be like one big kitchen, and then over that side where the chairs are and the whiskey, then I'm going to take all that off, take that out, and then I'm going to have my new inverters there, and then I'm going to have all my batteries on that side. So I've definitely decided I'm going to do that, because the new extension is going to have all them new solar panels I've got going on them. Well, they're not new, they're reconditioned ones. But yeah, the price of them's doubled as well. Because I was talking to Richard, because he was interested in getting another lot, and he was saying that the price has doubled for when we got them, so we must have got a really good bargain at the time, he said. So now look, that's about that. Now listen, I've decided to add an extra segment to the videos, and it's question of the day, right? So I've written this down. Bear in mind what we've been talking about today, and the question of the day is, what would be your biggest fears living off grid? So if anyone wants to answer what I've been saying, or give their views and their comments, if you leave your comments in the description below, then it'll help. The reason why I'm doing this question of the day is it'll help with the algorithm for my channel, and it'll help my channel to grow quicker. So if people could put the comments in and just be honest and write what you think, or you could re-ask another question in the comments, and hopefully we can build the channel up and keep it going bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what I hope long term. Now listen, you stay safe and you stay well, and remember, don't ever forget, dinky do. Now you stay safe and you stay well. I'll see you next time back down at the cabin.